Right.
So we can have our own definition.
Own definition that is
But
there.
that means
Yeah, it's like shaping up.
And it's all affected by your experiences.
It's all affected by your experience. But for me, I think love is oneness, and it is a constant that is always there. Love does not change. Our thought, our mood, our feelings, they change always. And how it has shaped us is what I decide to love or not to love. That's what I think.
How can we decide to love or not love or unlove someone?
How you are built up, that's what I said. Like for example, how you have been reading things, how your experience has been with people, like your first love, your school, or anything that is there. Then was it good, bad?
So we decide what is love.
Yeah.
Love is God and God is above us. So what do you want to say about that?
Love is
You said that we define our own definition
right,
of
right,
love,
right.
but we say that God is love, and we know and we do say that God is above us. So how are we able to decide what is love?
hey, see, decision about love, how to decide, what to decide, that is your prerogative of how you are taking things literally, on a literal sense. At times, we try to express it metamorphically, or it's just a metaphor that is there, but we cannot explain it literally.
You cannot be hypothetical about
Yeah,
it. You
yeah,
can just explain it
yeah,
and
yeah.
write encyclopedia or a dictionary,
Correct.
like dictionary about it. This will be the
Correct.
steps
For
of
example,
it.
I said this is hot. You'll go and touch it, right? And once you feel it is hot, then you'll नहीं ये तो गर्म है, इसे मुझे छूना नहीं चाहिए था. But how you have experienced that? What has got you there? Why did you remove your hand? Did somebody tell you? Did you believe in it? So these all acts onto things, and you exactly, yeah.
For me, I don't feel that love originates from one person. It's like an interaction. So by that definition, if you do believe so, do you believe in that? Firstly, I want to know.
Yeah, it is like it is based on interaction. We talk to people we like,
So
right?
it's an interaction.
Yeah.
It doesn't originate from one person.
No, it originates from your heart, right? Your heart beats, then you
How
feel.
would it originate from one person?
What?
How would it originate from?
No, you're right when you said it's an interaction that is there, right? It's an interaction, you like something about it. Then you start, like for example, you're talking to me right now, right? There is something that is engaging to you. There is something that is engaging to you, and we are having a conversation that is there, right? So there is an element of interest that is there. That's why we are talking right now. And later on, we go on to, it's like a domino effect, right? One thing leads to another, one thing leads to another. There might be another question that, oh, I should ask this. No, I should ask this, right? So that is how it leads to.
Like, next question. If it's an interaction, so what do you want to say about love? No, one-sided love, when only we love and the other person doesn't.
I don't believe in that. I mean, it's so many things, by like if we go back to history, like there are so many unrequited loves that is there. Like if you go to William Shakespeare's time as well, or like you had Cupid and Psyche, that love story that were there. Till the time they were not cursed, they did not believe in love and everything that is there. So there are many elements to it.
One side love, what I think is like, it's like an, unconditional affection.
It's like ए दिल मुश्किल हो जाएगा ना फिर तो.
Exactly. It's like I consider that as a part of an, like, I don't consider one-sided love. It's like one-sided affection.
Yeah.
You get something more to get affected with. Your mind that gets.
I feel we get more destroyed in that. There is self-destruction onto it. I mean, I don't know. I really don't.
People say, falling in love, and I believe that if it's love, then there is no falling. There is no hurting in it.
Yeah. You don't hurt people if you actually love.
Why do we fall in love?
Why do you fall in love when you can get higher?
There is a phrase in Hindi. They say "Dhai aksar prem ke." Love is not complete in itself. How we will complete by getting her.
Love is?
प्यार अपने आप में पूरा नहीं है.
हाँ.
दूसरे के रहने में हम उसे कैसे पूरा करेंगे?
No, it is. देखो, प्यार अपने आप में पूरा नहीं है, लेकिन किसी का साथ होना भी जरूरी है ना. That's why we say better half, right? Because the person completes us. It's see, when God created man and woman, that is there is something that you lack. That's why you have a woman to complete you. So that is how it is.
The whole point of view about it's like
You triggered
evolution,
And now he is in action.
evolution, reproduction, and also बीच में प्यार लाना जरूरी है क्या? Why love? We know that what we are doing, we are coming together to reproduce, for evolution. Why we have to talk about love? And I truly believe that it's all about marketing things. That's why we talk about love. नहीं तो we know that we come together to reproduce and to
See,
create
that's why we have poetry, right? If I tell a science student about love, he will talk only, like this is what it is. This man, woman, you represent, you get something, right? But it's the poet that gives essence to love that is there. He makes it beautiful, isn't it not?
But I believe that love is just a market term. It's just a market term, nothing else.
Okay.
What do you want to say
Huh?
about that?
Fake love. Yeah, that's that.
Like so many books are selling on
Uh-huh,
love, but we do know people come together for passing their time. थोड़े time के लिए bore हो रहा था तो we fell in love together.
No, no. This book you will have more. See, onto the book of mine that I have written. It's not just a drop of you. Yeah. It is more related to huh?
I want to know
Writing.
like how the title is defining the book. A drop of you, like it feels like someone is building a potion out of love.
No, no. It has a lot of significance to it. First, you need to read through it to comprehend that, and there is a main character called Karma, okay, the protagonist, and it works in a literal sense as well. So through the book, what I want to showcase is to show that love is pure, society is not. Okay, I believe in love, not society. So in my book, the characters like Karma, he's a representation of love, okay, and love does not see any side, okay, and there is Diana, who is a representation of soul, okay. Then there is Heart, that is Ghazal, and there is a character called Sada, who is a society. Yeah. Hmm? Yeah. It's about how society berates and we think about things like that.
Like I said, we've had more than 100 years of Indian cinema, and more recently, 50 years of Indian cinema with Mr.
No, that is
And looking at
ah.
how cinema draws on literature
No, it's not like that. No, it does not work like that. No.
talk about cinema codes and cinema norms.
Ah.
And to be honest,
I'll tell you on a different agenda that is there. So here the characters are represented in that way, and then we have nowadays what happens is we are molded by society, right? Because how we look, how we dress, it is more important about things. We say many things, but we are governed by society. And I personally, I don't, not a maverick or nihilist, but yeah, I believe in doing what my heart feels good at. So that is how I do things as well. So through this book, what I also want to say is you'll find a lot of poetries onto this book, and there are very lot of philosophical thoughts, a lot, which will get you thinking. Like for example, there is a quote in a book that says, "I love God, so do I marry God?" Right. So you will definitely love this book because it will answer most of your questions that you have for me right now, and then your question would also be answered where you say that yes. So it is in that way. So it will cover a lot many aspects to it, and a lot of poems are there. And
They can do this. They can do this whole day. Like we use a term in Hindi called dil jale.
Ha, ha, ha.
So they can do this whole day. They won't literally until they get their questions answered.
No, that's all right. That has to be there as well. It feels good.
But we feel very blessed to interact with you and getting our questions answered.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
It is a bliss.
Same here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Huh?
What made your novel the best?
I think it was more to do with the writing style that is there. Yeah, and because nowadays onto the current genre that we have, nobody writes poetic, and you find it only in old literature that is there. But in modern days, it's like nahi, usne ye kaha, isne ye kaha. So it's more about the conversation that is there. But my book is not that. It is more about how poetically the person expresses.
Are you on to some next book writing?
Yeah, I'm writing. That's also a romantic book. It's very romantic. Yeah, romantic.
How much competitive is it? Because there are many authors that write in this.
See, the difference that I have with the current contemporary romantic writers is I believe in my writing, and I think it itself has a uniqueness, and that is what will get my book selling as well, because I know uh, my writing is very ancient times. You know, it's not like what we read nowadays. So it's like fashion coming back to what it was earlier. So it's like just going back in time.
Sir, there are a lot of romance stories nowadays, and like, how do you make sure that you do not follow the most cliched line, or even if you follow, how do you make it interesting?
See, I make it interesting by adding little bit of philosophy, because nowadays it's very easy to give a thought to a youth, right? And our youth is our tomorrow. So it is very important for them to comprehend what love is. Like these people, they were talking about the Tinder kind of love and everything that is there, right? So that is not what it is. It is way and beyond. So people need to understand, feel that, because nowadays I feel that heart is one thing that we are losing. So we need to get that heart beating. So that's not there. So I want to make sure that people, they have heart, they understand, and it starts beating again for everybody. So that's my agenda.
Still haven't answered my question.
I will tell you separately.
Do you remember the first story or poem that you've written?
First story, I used to write poetry since school days, mostly poetries, and I was always fascinated by O. Henry. So whenever my writing used to be, I used to change the end. So I always liked, it was like as if I was dreaming and it happened in my dream. So in that way, I always liked, and I like Monto as well a lot. So I've read his work. So and I read a lot of Gibran, so maybe that's why philosophy is there. And I love Rumi.
So I'm thinking of converting this novel, this very book,
Mm.
into web series. Can it be converted?
It should be, because I feel
Are you applying it?
uh,
Any process?
I want to know, because I'm not too sure about how to go about it. Because I don't know any of the agent right now who would help me, but I think this deserves to, at least, if not a web series, at least a movie, because it has all the elements for it.
It can be a drama too.
Yeah, drama.
Drama. You
If
have
it was
proper
movie, do
characters.
you have any cast in mind?
Uh, yeah, I do have.
What cast you?
I think Diana role would be played very well by Tapsi Pannu. And Karma can be, Vikas Kaushal, Vicky Kaushal. Yeah, Vicky Kaushal. I think he'll do justice to it. So yeah.
And how does your writing process go? Like, do you outline everything or do you go?
No. It's more about what I feel in the moment. What I do, yeah, it's very spontaneous. Like for example, right now I'm talking, or if I'm listening to some kind of a music, then something strikes. I just write it down. So it's very instantaneous, the writing.
How many drafts you had? I mean, separately
182.
written. How much were written?
I had written 182 drafts before this, for this.
By hand?
Yeah,
By hand or type?
typing.
And
No written drafts.
No written.
I'm pretty sure the ending might have changed.
A lot. Yeah.
Like the first
Because
draft.
actually I didn't want to, I wanted to write a web series actually initially, but my friend said that a drop of you does not go, it has to end or something or the other. Then that's why I changed the entire sequence and I made it into a different story. Yeah. I want to, because now I'm getting a lot of requests on Instagram where people are saying that please write from Dinah's perspective.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
You haven't answered my
Yeah,
question yet.
please write how Dinah felt when. Yeah, spoiler. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm planning to write that. Yeah. I'm planning to do that.
You've written like 180 plus drafts. So, like, when you're writing, you was
first draft, and
there
then some
in
days
cinema
later you
में.
visit the draft and you
लेकिन
feel
एक
like
ऐसे
this is
फिल्म
not the
सिनेमा
story that you want
दुधारी
to
तलवार
say.
की तरह है, अगर
And then
उसका
it goes
सही
on, you go
इस्तेमाल
on
किया
editing and
जाए
editing, how
तो
you
वो
arrive
सोसाइटी के
at
लिए
the
असर भी
end point, like you're satisfied with your
इस
writing
तरीके
finally,
से.
like how do you
No, no. I write, I read. Actually, what had happened was I was reading one of the article, and it said that if you cannot read your book 5 times, you have written very pathetically bad. And so to write, you have to keep on reading what you have written that is there. So I kept on reading, 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 reading.
But every time you're reading, you
It
find
changes.
some flaws, and
Yeah.
you want to change.
You want to change, you change the sequence and you change everything that is there. So again you try to collate from here to here, then you नहीं यार ये वाला paragraph अच्छा था, ये यहाँ होना चाहिए.
Oh, I can have this.
Yeah.
How do you arrive at the end point? Like finally, it's
Like there is a complete flow that you get when the things are right, it actually just gets into it, you know. There is, it just flows, it just fits automatically, it fits. It's like हाँ ठीक है. And you'll see the sequence as well, tick, 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 tick. Like the first before I had submitted, then I read that there was some paragraph is not good, you know. Then again I thought, no, I need to make changes. Then the editor also suggested some of the things, so I rechanged some of the elements that is there, then again reprinted.
ब्रेकिंग रहती है. मतलब
We
हमें
can
कभी वैसे
expect
ही
a part 2
स्क्रीन
for
पे
this.
That will be book 3, because right now I'm working on a different book that is there, and I from Diana's perspective, I've got a lot of requests to write from Diana's perspective. They're saying like it should be like 50 Shades of Grey from Grey's perspective, so people want to read it. So I'm thinking of writing that,
तनु एक्सेप्ट होगी कि नहीं
and I think Diana is a character where people are able to connect very well.
hugely accept.
Because the her part is still
हमें उसमें
kind
बहुत
of
सारी
feel like
चीजें
pending.
Yeah, correct. Yes.
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 Because the right now story
तनु
is
के
on Tarzan
बॉयफ्रेंड्स
and
रह चुके हैं.
not on Diana.
Not on Diana. Right.
You fall in love
Absolutely.
with the character Tanu as the film progresses. You want to take Tanu home.
So, like, how you deal with the people's
It is not the
first of all,
success of a
before completing the
filmmaker who
book, you
casts
have to
Tanu.
provide someone book to
Evolution
proofreading
of
and the kind of what you
audience
feel.
that has
The second person
How do you
perspective
get
is
into
also
publishing?
today the
Like, what is your
audience
second book?
is
How do I get into?
beyond virginity. Has gone beyond
Um,
अगर लड़की के दो प्यार पहले हो चुके हैं.
Yeah, actually, what I had done was I had submitted my proposal to the publishers that is there, and one of the publisher, like Quignov, he just sent me an email. Let's meet over. So maybe I got lucky. So he agreed to it. I met him and we had a good conversation, and that's how it got published. So I met him at Jaipur. So we had a good conversation. Actually, we talked with Gibran. That's where we connected. So he was about to publish a book on Gibran, and I happened to carry Gibran on my bag as well. Then we just Khalil Gibran.
I have it.
Ah.
I actually got it on a giveaway.
Oh.
So it's just pending.
Oh, it's a very nice. If you like philosophical read, it's a fantastic read.
But after studies only.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely.
Takes time.
Yeah. And he was about to publish The Prophet from Gibran. So, in the entire book, if you have not read The Prophet of Gibran, amazing, must read. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
But when you made it, society was not very ready to accept it. But today society is available. But so society पहला करती है हम जैसे आपने कहा